Hailing from the North Georgia mountains is Dahlonega, Georgia, which is home of the first gold rush. And more specifically, it's the home of Lumpkin County Middle School, or even more specifically, is Lumpkin County Middle Afterschool. This is a presentation of the greatness that Lumpkin County has to offer.
Looking at Lumpkin County Middle School website, you can see how supportive the parents are. They have what you call a VIP, very important parents, and they have another plethora of resources for the parents to stay up to date to their children. They even have a multiple practice and study sites for the students to use to help them prepare for testing or to get help in a certain subject.
Lumpkin County 21st Century Community Learning Center is a middle school after-school program that serves 6th through 8th graders and their families. The goals are to increase math and reading achievement and provide services to the families.
Lumpkin County Middle School met or exceeded every level of the CRCT for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Total students for 2009 to 2010 was 912. Full-time teachers were 62. Student-teacher ratio is 14.7. 55% of students are eligible for student discounted lunch. That's 502 students total.
Lumpkin County's 21st Century Community Learning Center has 97% white students, 2% black, and 1% of 2 or more races. The after-school program is partnered with the Lumpkin County Parks and Recreation Department in an art program called the Art Stream Project. These programs are getting the children outside and active while also giving them a creative outlet. The Art Stream Project is made up of 3 major projects that the children will create.
As I sunbathe in the middle of Gainesville, Georgia, I think about Lumpkin County Middle School after school, and I think about the fact that they have met AYP for the last 9 years. I think that's unbelievable. You know, they have curriculum that is relevant, challenging, integrative, and exploratory. It's unbelievable. They also have multiple learning and teaching approaches, such as they use technology in the classroom and use group activities and games to review what they're learning.
LCCLC helps raise students' grades.
It also helps to raise their confidence, and it raises them above the competition. Harvard, here we come!
Whoop, whoop.
Raise the roof! This school helps keep kids on the straight and narrow path, like this hallway. Assessment and evaluation programs promote quality learning. The after-school program is designed to help students with their schoolwork. The assessments and evaluations happen every day when the teachers have to help them with the new assignments. If they didn't understand yesterday, then it will be evident to the students today.
Lumpkin County Middle After School has really great organizational structures that support meaningful relationships and learning. They have tons of activities to do that support a good relationship among the students and teachers. One example is the Art Stream Project, and the sports that they play, they really help contribute in this area.
Lumpkin County Middle School has several other after-school activities, such as JROTC! Lumpkin County After School helps keep students out of the dumps.
It's obvious within the classroom that these educators value working with the age group, and they are prepared to do so. They are courageous and they work collaboratively. There are school-wide efforts and policies that foster health, wellness, and safety. They place the lunch menu online so parents can plan accordingly, and there are resource officers on campus. The school has multifaceted guidance and support services. It's a school-initiated family and community It's obvious that Lumpkin wants their parents involved in the school and their children's lives. There are many ways that parents can get involved. They have a website that gives a multitude of information on how parents can become involved. The community is also a major part of this school, according to the National Middle School Association.
One of my personal views on Lumpkin County Afterschool program is that it helps kids stay out of trouble. The small classroom sizes also help students learn more efficiently as the student-teacher ratio is smaller. Another great thing about Lumpkin County Afterschool program is that, well, it rocks.
No parking, more like yes parking. When students stay after school, they sit in those desks and get their handed to them. It's a great experience. Those students can learn on interactive games and technology becomes relevant. I loved it. Personally, I would love to teach there.
Hey guys, I'm going to be sharing my experience with Lumpkin County Afterschool program and how they met the 4 essential attributes. I particularly observed the English department and I saw many things that I did like, however I did see a few things that I didn't like. The first attribute is developmentally responsive, and this is basically having a very student-centered organization. Whenever a school needs to make a big decision as far as school organization, policies, curriculum, instruction, or whatever it may be, this is when they're going to look back at the students and say, okay, is this going to be beneficial and help them, or is this going to be harmful and not help them? And they make the decision based on what's best for the student. And I think that Lumpkin County Afterschool program definitely met this attribute. I did love the relationship that the teacher had with the students, to where she was always challenging them and she was there not to just babysit the students but to really help strengthen the weaknesses that the students did have. The next attribute is challenging, and this is basically ensuring that every student learns and they meet high expectations. And again, this is something that Lumpkin County Afterschool program did meet. The students were challenged with different materials such as harder vocabulary and harder reading, and the teachers really took time to sit there and ask questions for the students so that the student could answer the question, which I think is important because the student's going to learn better when they come up with the answer themselves rather than just being told the answer by the teacher. The next attribute is empowering, and this basically provides all students with knowledge and skills to help lead a successful life in society. And what I really liked about this with Lumpkin County After School program is that they did have a reading circle, and they weren't just reading novels or anything, they were actually reading some history text. So at the same time they're going over history, so they're learning a different lesson, and they're also going over different vocabulary, and then she's asking the students how to apply this to their real life. And this is something that was very empowering for the students. They're getting all different aspects of learning right there with that. They're being challenged at the same time, they're really coming up with answers for themselves, and they're coming up with basic vocabulary knowledge of, Georgia and U.S. history that they need to know in life. The last one is equitable, and this is advocating for and ensuring every student's right to learn. And I definitely think that Lumpkin County After School met this. However, this was the area that I particularly had a problem with. One instance that I observed was that it was a very obvious divided group. You had the children with learning disabilities working on computers, doing things like flashcards and such, and then you also had the other students doing reading group with the teacher. And one particular boy who had a learning disability that was working on the computer for a long period of time got up and asked if he could be in the reading group with the other students, and the teacher was very dismissive to him and said, oh no, you work better on the computer, so why don't you go ahead and sit down. And she kind of made a side comment to me that made it seem that she really just didn't want to have to deal with him interacting with the other students and distracting the other students from what they were learning. And the boy was upset and he just wanted to be in the reading group with the other students. Of course, I don't know all the details with that, but that's something that I didn't like, that it was very segregated. You had the children with learning disabilities on one side and the other kids in the reading group. However, I know that the teacher was probably just trying to do what was best for the whole class, and so all the students were learning, they were just learning in different manners. Overall, I thought Lumpkin County Afterschool program was successful, and I thought it was very beneficial to the students, and I did think that they met all 4 of the essential attributes.
Hi, I'm Sushi Jones, and I was in Kansas for Thanksgiving. Do you know where Kansas is? Well, here's a map of where it is. It's very long and kind of boring. Now, Lumpkin County Afterschool had a great environment. It felt like home there. The faculty had a great relationship with the students. They worked in groups and did fun games on computers to help them get more practice. The facility, however, was not in the best condition. This building is parallel to the middle school and connected by a walkway. It is very old and could definitely use a tune-up. I did see some construction underway, so maybe a new building is in the works. But overall, it was a great success.
Soulja Boy tone, hopped up out the bed, turn my swag on, took a look in the mirror, said what's up, yeah.